I'm Brooks. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. But if you've been kicking it with me for a minute now, then welcome back. Mixes, mashups, we all love them. I used to watch YouTube videos of chipmunked versions of songs and of mashups, and I've always wanted to make my own, but didn't know how. And so today I want to teach you how to mix two songs together. And if you want to make a longer mix, that can be, 7 minutes, 13 minutes, however long you want them. The same principle applies, attaching two songs together and attaching more songs together, kind of like puzzle pieces. I don't do all of it in one take. I will take a bunch of pairs of songs and knit them together in GarageBand so then the transitions can marry together perfectly and I can have them like line up. So the first mix that I ever made was phrases, and that was kind of just on a whim, like literally the first time I've ever even set foot in a mixing thing, and I was using something that was so janky. I was using an off-brand version of DJ, and I finally got DJ Pro 2 last summer. Yeah, just start with wherever you are and you can create some really dope stuff. But my favorite mix of mine, I really like Mylene. Mylene is probably my favorite one because it's all 70s and I love 70s music. It's really, really fun. So let's get into it. First step is to have two songs that you think could go together. Sometimes you naturally just catch on to the same key, the same beat per minute, the same groove. And that's pretty much what makes a good mix. And another way that I know if two songs go together is if I dance kind of the same to both. So the second step is to sync the beats per minute, because you don't want one to be like this and the other one to be like this and they're just like sounding a hot mess on top of each other. You want them to be able to be one, become one somehow. So it basically does it for you. You just click sync on either one of them. Now, as far as this one goes, it only goes up to 123.5 beats per minute. And you see right here that Soul Bounce is 149 beats per minute. So what's most likely gonna happen once I click sync is it's going to be slower. It's going to cut this in half. Like instead of it being like on beat, it's going to be like half the beat instead, but it's still gonna be on the same cues. So after that, you want to set cue points. So for right here, it's not going to start immediately. There, it finally started, you see? So I want it to start like immediately. Immediately. And so I always go right on that line and I hit set. And then that way, you play it, you hit this arrow and it goes right back to that point. And the more advanced you get, there's more cue points that you can have in the different keyboard shortcuts with it. And yeah, you'll be a pro in no time, but these are just the basics. Same with this one. I want it to start on cue, but I wonder if it's just gonna, okay, it pretty much starts on cue, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want to get super precise, like I like to get super precise, I'll set a cue point. So after we set those together, let's just see if it even works. Okay, cool. So they do go together. They go together well. Now we want to match the keys. But this one, since it's just a drum beat on Funky Drummer, I don't really think it makes too much of a difference, but some people are sticklers more than others. We only have to go down one key in order to match them. So that's cool. Sometimes you have to like chipmunk something in order for it to be in the same key as another, and it just don't really sound right. Sometimes it does. It all comes to your own preference, your own taste, and what sounds good to you. Fourth step is to pick the best execution for how you want these to transition into each other and mash up. So the way that I want to introduce Funky Drummer is by looping the beginning of Super Bounce. Right here is where you mess with the looping. I'd say maybe 16 seconds will do. Let's just try it out. So the key to loop is A, yeah. And then I always press play by tapping the one key. Yay! Fast, fast. Give me them ecotonic. We can even slow it down. So what we can do is, oh, it's gonna get a little faster. So we can keep it the same. Let's try it. Let's just see. Try again. I like it sped up though. It sounded good when it was pitching up, right? So I'm gonna keep it a loop, but I'm gonna still show you guys how you can bring the pitch up and mesh them together. And the tempo up.
Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast. Baby be supersonic. Super bounce.
And then you can play with the gains. And then you can just slide it all the way to the right and let the next song shine. And then you can bring it back. Wait, I gotta take it out. So you see, like, you just get lost in it. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have two songs that you love, like, you need to be able to listen to the loop or the transition that you're making for years. Like, the fifth tip is just to have fun, because if you start getting too frustrated or you're not enjoying it anymore or it's just not clicking, let it go. Let it go. Take a break. Go get something to eat, go get something to drink. This is supposed to be your outlet. This is supposed to be about expression.
This is your space. This is your area.
And so enjoy yourself. Instead of just constantly consuming music, this is kind of another way for you to produce your own music or to, you know, create your own sounds, which is really dope. All the best with your mixing endeavors. Have fun, enjoy yourself, bless up, and I will talk to you later. Bye.